an Audi 80 B4 competition 2 litre 16 valve quattro. A car most people don't really know about. There's very little about it on the internet. There's very little about it on forums. A few people have rebuilt them, but there's very little about it. It's a car that was built to homologate the A4, not the A4, the B4 for touring cars. So it's a 4-cylinder, not a 5-cylinder. It's a 16 valve ACE engine, which is very similar to the 2 litre 16 valve engine in the Mark II Golf. It's a nice car, manual, black quattro interior. One of the interesting features in this car is it has a diff lock button, but this car is slower than a week in the jail. It revs, but it's slow. I presume that the driveline just absolutely sucks every bit of life out of this car, because I have a Mark I Golf Cabriolet 1.8 8 valve, and that car is nippy. Okay, it's a fun little car, you can rag it around, it's light. This isn't a very heavy car, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's not a heavy car, but it's so slow, and it doesn't even feel fast. Like when you're revving it out, like it sounds like you're going fast, but it certainly doesn't feel like you're going fast, and you are not going fast. The 0 to 60 is not for this decade, and it sticks. It's a grippy car. I've never owned an Audi before, and I really thought it'd be better than this. Oh, homologation special. It's no E30 M3, right? It's by 100 miles, is it not? An E30 M3, right? Maybe if you lived somewhere that it rained a lot, it would be a good car. But living in the hot, dry climate of Mallorca, this really isn't the place for this car. Like, I think it's rained twice since I've been razzing around in it. I've never really got a good wet day in it. But in the dry, it sticks, it really sticks. I thought, people say, oh, Audis are understeery. But, like, this thing, you just sort of throw it into a roundabout and keep your foot down, and there's not enough power to go wrong anyway. But it will just pull you around and pull you out. It's got a fun car to drive. I'd like to take it onto the circuit and just be able to really throw it into corners. But as we live on an island with no race circuit on it, it's not the first thing I would put on a boat and take to a racetrack. But I imagine you could really throw it into things, right? It's not a light car. The steering is really nice and responsive on it. I didn't think Audis, everything you hear about Audis is they're understeery and heavy at the front, but this thing is, it's fun. You could say it's fun. It's fun in the twisties, but as long as you don't need to overtake anything remotely modern or think that you're going to go fast. Like, I compare it again to the Mark I Golf. You can't compare it to the Mark I Golf. The Mark I Golf is so fast, so light, so zingy, so much fun. This car just feels very lethargic in comparison, right? We'll give it a wee boot here, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000. There's barely enough power in it to keep the revs up between gear changes. Like, if I told you we were only doing 60 miles an hour, you wouldn't believe me, but we are. It's not a fast car, but you get it in the wet, in the snow. I think if you're somewhere that it's snow, a lot of Scandinavians rave around them, but it's not a fast car. We have just changed the ball joints on it at the front, so we could probably do it in alignment, but we marked them up pretty good. It seems to still track pretty straight. But yeah, is it a fun car? Is that a car I would rush out and buy again? No. Would I rush out and buy an Audi again? Not really. Like, once you start getting into Audis and getting into the forums and things, they're not super great. The Volkswagen, the Mark 1 forum, fantastic. A lot of good BMW forums, a lot of good Porsche forums, a lot of good Land Rover forums. Did I find a good Audi forum? Not really. This car has KE-tronic, CIS injection, not something I really love working on. It's so slow. We're going to pass a tractor, get somebody to overtake. Yeah, no, not even going to get past this higher car stuck behind the tractor before us. But yeah, not a fast car, not a fun car. One thing is, this car's got 184,000 kilometres, and what I will say is, for a car that has lived in Spain all its life in the sunshine, the interior has held up really well. The interior, John Deere 2035, nice. The interior has held up really well. The dashboard looks new. It's quite a nice soft touch on the top of the dashboard. The dash layout, really nice, clear. You got 3 gauges, oil, temp and battery. You get a little competition plaque in it. Quattro logo on the seats. I retrimmed the doors in black Alcantara because the original material was coming off, but it wasn't Quattro material. And it's complete, nothing's missing from it. It's got all of its interior, all of it's there, which is pretty nice for a car that's 1994, so 21 years old, and no, 31 years old. Yes, 31 years old. Good on the fly math there. With 184,000 kilometres. It's still a complete car. It's got all of its bits, so that's pretty nice and rare, to be honest, especially in Spain. It's got no rust on it, which is a nice car, but this particular one has lived its life in the city. I don't think it's lived in a garage much because the paint was not great, but I'm really impressed by how the interior's held up. The steering wheel's a little bit shuggy. This passenger seat, the back seat, everything's like brand new. But so that says a good bit about the quality inside. But would I buy an Audi, another Audi? What Audis would I buy? What Audis are interested in? I also like not the new shape, not the latest RS3, but the one before it. A few years ago I thought, I'm going to buy myself an RS3, it's like a Golf Bar but better, 5-cylinder. They can't be that expensive. Bloody hell, do they hold their money? I think in Spain there are just not that many of them. I know in Britain there are loads of them, but boy, do they hold their money. And it's like, do I really want to spend 55,000 euros on a second-hand A3? RS3, definitely not. So, but other Audis would be interesting. Obviously Sport Quattros and stuff like that are cool, but I don't know, would I take an Audi? Would an Audi ever be my first choice over a BMW? I doubt it. There's a lot of BMWs, like, comparing homologation stuff, probably the E30 was the wrong car to compare this against. You're probably better comparing it against an E36 318 IS Motorsport 2. Was it 320 IS? No, 318. I'm thinking that 318 IS Motorsport 2, Motorsport 1, like their homologation specials built for the same challenge, same series as this. Would I rather take that over this? Any day of the week. They look so much better. People love this car though. People love how this car looks. A lot of people have come up to me, obviously Audi people. I'm like, oh, nice car. And to me, I didn't really know anything about it when I bought it. I just bought it because it was cheap. And people really love it. People seem to be really into this car. It seems to be a desirable Audi. It obviously is a desirable Audi. But from what I see, the ones that are for sale online, 6 to 13,000, no, 9 to 13,000. I really didn't pay a lot for this car. I paid $2,500 plus a really rusty old Land Cruiser, BJ70, BJ73, BJ70, something. I know I should know that. I'm more of a Land Cruiser enthusiast than I'm a Land Rover enthusiast, but it was really rusty. But somebody wanted it and they wanted rid of this. I think they just wanted rid of their problems with it. Give me their problems. But yeah, the BMW 318 IS Motorsport would definitely be a more desirable car, and that you see that in the price of them. They are really quite expensive just now. There seems to be a lot of them in Italy. That makes sense because of the under 2 litres. And with mega miles on them, they are well into the double digit, well into the teens and above for a nice one, which again is a lot of money for a 318 BMW, but I really like them. I really wanted to try one, and I definitely believe I would take it over this. Again, it's probably going to be slow. You're probably not going to be beasting it around like a Drift King in it, but I imagine it's probably a pretty nice, well balanced car. But this is a nice car, but look, 4, 5, doesn't even rev that fast, you know. It revs, but not fast. Oh, bit of a corner. Steers alright. This one we can sort of hook it into. Just keep your foot down and it pulls you around. It really pulls you around the corners. Like, the 4-wheel drive system is good, but it's not fun, you know. It's in no way is it fun, but it's good. Through here, tink tink. Yeah, nice car, well built inside. But yeah, back to any Audis you would like to own. Obviously there's like RS2s, RS4s, RS6s. I was actually looking recently at a sort of new 2006 Audi Allroad, and it's probably a financial disaster, right? But it was a one owner from new. The guy was like 80 that was selling it. It had every stamp in the book. It had 80,000 kilometers, 80,000 miles on it, 125,000 miles. And it was dear for a A6 Allroad, but I think the condition of it and the service history and everything were real selling points of it. But I didn't terribly lowball the guy, but he was like an old boy, and he's like, not a penny off. Fair play. It's like, not a penny off. He's like, you're not getting a penny off, it's too cheap already. It's like, it's already the most expensive one for sale on Auto Trader. But he was adamant not a penny off, so fair play to him. It is still for sale, but that looked like a nice car for towing the trailer. Go back into some more corners here. Look at these here. Yeah, just turn, keep the power down. It's never going to spin the wheels up. You're never going to break traction in the drive, and it just keeps pulling you around. Yeah. And we are at the speed limit. Do you know what I mean? We're not even breaking the speed limit. So that's good, you know. Any car that you can drive foot fat to the floor within the speed limit in the twisties, you know, that's a good thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Like, you're not pushing so far out of the bounds of legalities. Like, we are within the limits of the law, but we are through these corners, like, foot buried to the floor on the way out, and like, it's probably quite an inconspicuous car. Maybe if you're in a BMW or something, you would look more like you were ragging it, but in this, you don't look guilty, you don't look like you're up to no good. Maybe that's not the case for newer Audis, but in this old one, this bit of undercoverness of it's probably pretty good. This is real bumpy bit of road, ride's nice over these bumps, should do. It's got fat enough tyres on it, but again, we are round about the speed limit, and we're not endangering anybody, you know, driving it spiritedly. It's just driving it within the limits of the road, which I think is something that's really missed with new cars. Everything is too fast, right? You know you're driving this, like, it feels in the corners like you're driving it. There's enough body roll there's enough body roll to give you the sensation of speed in the corners, but there's massive confidence in the corners. Just tip it in and just keep your foot down. Like, don't. I'm yet to have an oh shit moment in this car. Not that I've been driving it like a lunatic, but I'm yet to ever have like a oh shit, that was too much, too fast. It's a car that's now I'm selling myself on it. You know, I'm caving, remembering how slow it is, but then a little blast through the twisties, and you're like, oh, you know what? This is a pretty good car. I suppose it does what it's supposed to be. Fira de la Tapa, Fira something, some Fira. There's always a party on in Spain. Somebody drive far enough between towns, you'll find a town that's having a party. Well within the speed limit at all times in this car, and having fun. I suppose what more could you ask for if you've got a car? And I suppose that's why these cars are so sought after in Scandinavia, because when it is snowing, you can have a lot of fun within the speed limit. And I imagine that this car just has just the right amount of power and more than enough grip that when you're in the snow or gravel and you're booting it, it's really good fun. But maybe some wet back roads in Scotland also, but I think in wet back roads in Scotland with this amount of power, it's not going to set the world on fire. But here in Spain, it's too dry, too much grip. This is a low grip car in a high grip environment. Does that make sense? Maybe. Failed its last ITV, MOT, TUV, road safety inspection, whatever you want to call it. It failed it on. Now here is interesting. Why are we have? See, now you're talking too nicely about an Audi. I don't know if the oil pump might be on its last legs or something, but it's like a motor that doesn't like to be lugged. Or coasted. Okay. What does that mean when it's an engine? When you coast the engine, you have no oil pressure. Sounds like something fun, doesn't it? Looks like something fun. If I put the clutch in and coast it, I have zero oil pressure. Right. How does that work? How does that work? I have just put in it some liquid moly 1040 with molybdenum additive, whatever you call it, because it was a little bit smoky and it didn't pass its last roadworthiness inspection, which says to me it's either got worn rings or, like I say, I think the guy just wanted rid of his problems that gave it to me. It's either got worn rings or it has valve stem seals are leaky, and I also put some no smoke additive in to it also. So I fired up straight away, nice running. I put in new spark plugs and I put new lambda in it, so it should be running well with all of these new parts. In fact, it is running well, it is running really nice. I just don't understand why when I'm coasting it I'm getting no oil pressure and an oil light coming on there, which has now gone off. But not even when I'm coasting it, if I've just put the clutch in. Anyway, we shall see. We shall go back to the workshop and check the oil and check the internet